Hello, my name is Kurt Schreiner, and welcome back to Raider football on Raider Vision. Right now, you can see the captains are getting ready to come out onto the field. The captains for the Raiders are Borster, Whitaker, LaMontagne, and Kilborn. This is homecoming, as we said before, so these stands are packed. We have a bunch of returning Raiders on the sidelines tonight. We'll try to identify them and mention a few of them as we go along. My partner, Tim Burns, is just walking to the press box as we were told bad traffic on Johnson's Ferry because the traffic lights are out.
That is correct. Johnson Ferry and Riverside Drive, not a good place to have a traffic light out at 6:30 on a Friday.
No. The officials are down on the field with the toss. We know that you're seeing right now the big homecoming banner. Looks like the Raiders have won the toss, and they are going to receive.
Number 77, Aaron Ware. 87, Ryan Halloran. Number 6, Dylan Haynes. And number 53, Patrick Beal for Cherokee.
Patrick Beal, Dylan Haynes, Aaron Ware, and Ryan Halloran are the captains for the Warriors.
Number 99, Brad Noble.
Tim, we were just saying that, right now you've got the classic characteristics of a trap game. You had a big win 2 weeks ago on the road. We had a week off, and this week was all about the fun surrounding homecoming. So my question to you is, tell us why we have nothing to worry about.
Kurt, you took the words right out of my mouth. Classic trap game here with Cherokee coming in. Pay no attention to the record whatsoever. Walton's got to come out tonight and take care of business on homecoming. You know, they've got all the motivation in the world. Homecoming, a lot of former Raiders here tonight watching this game. Some people that I graduated with way back a long time ago. And Cherokee's hungry. They want to win. They come in at technically 0-7. They did pick up the one win by forfeit, but this is a team, it's one of those offenses, Kurt, that it's just difficult to defend if you don't see it all the time. It's a little bit similar to what Georgia Tech does. And Walton's going to have to come ready to play tonight because Cherokee's hungry for a win.
It was interesting talking to Coach Allen today. He said one of the challenges that Cherokee presents you with this, fundamental option offense is they keep you off the field, and they have long drives, and even if they don't score, they tend to hold the ball for a long time. Somebody like Georgia Southern is executing that to perfection right now. I saw that a couple of weeks ago, when Adams game, 18, 17 play drives, and even if it's only a field goal, you just don't get to hold the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. So, in a way, based on what you just said, similar type of teams. They both want to control the football on the ground. Walton's a more traditional, I formation, pro set backfield kind of team, and Cherokee running what they run. So it'll be an interesting battle of wills here to see which team can control that line of scrimmage, control the clock, and control the ground game and the football.
Well, it's one of those situations where I know Coach Hidalgo during the week was a little nervous about the preparation of his team, not because they weren't practicing well, but it's just a fun week, particularly for the seniors. You had the senior breakfast on Wednesday. I'm proud to say I flipped about 2 hours worth of pancakes that day, Tim, but it's a big fun week. But we've got the opening kickoff here. Number 37, Mark Valley, is the kicker for the Warriors. Blaylock and Richardson, Zach Blaylock and Dakota Richardson deep for the Raiders. Both of them standing at about the 5-yard line. Cherokee and Walton ready to kick off 2010 homecoming.
Waiting on the game clock to get set at 12 minutes. As it stands right now, we are at the end of the first quarter, and we know that's not right.
Yeah, that went a lot faster than I thought it did.
Still waiting on that clock. Good crowd filing in here tonight. Beautiful night for football. As we finally get the clock ready to go, I think we're just about set.
12 minutes is on the clock. And the ball is kicked straight up in the air. It's a pooch kick. Fair catch, handled by the Raiders.
Good heads-up play over there on that kickoff. Looked like Daniel Boardman, I think. If I got the number right.
It was Tim Dalton. I think it was Tim.
87.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was 37. But good heads-up play by Tim Dalton. Kurt, a lot of times those guys they're not used to seeing the football on a kickoff, so it was a good job by Tim Dalton to be ready for that one.
Well, the thing they've got to remember is if they call a fair catch, it's a fair catch. No one's going to hit them, but if they don't call a fair catch, Katie, bar the door because here they come. All right, Raider offense, that familiar set with Bradley Kilborn, your quarterback. Kyle Vorster, your all-world tailback back there, along with Rodney Kazibwe at the fullback. 3 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Kilborn in the shotgun, straight back to pass. He's got Vorster in the flat, and Kyle drops it, but it looks like there's going to be a late hit and personal foul.
Could be. That's right where that flag came in. Back there with Bradley Kilborn on the ground.
Personal foul, roughing the passer against the Warriors. So the Raiders pick up a big penalty on the first play of the game.
And I know the Cherokee coaching staff is not going to like that one bit. This is a team coming into hostile territory here tonight. Walton's homecoming game, and Cherokee coming in as an underdog as well. You don't want to give Walton any advantage, any kind of breaks, and right off the bat, a roughing the passer penalty will give Walton a first down into Cherokee territory, it looks like.
Marking off the 15 yards, it puts the ball, we'll say the 47-yard line in Cherokee territory. Zebue, Vorster, your backs. Kilborn is your quarterback. Great I formation, pro set. Kilborn turns, hands off to Vorster. Vorster turns his legs, and they're going to mark the ball just inside the 45-yard line, maybe down to the 44. It'll pick up a three long ones, 2 long ones, 3 short ones. And it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 7. Number 83, Sam Gadabush, bringing in the play for Walton. The Raiders use those wide receivers and tight ends to bring in their plays. Roberts here to our left. Gadabush here to our left in a slot. Dalton is your tight end. I formation for the Raiders. Counter to Vorster, and he is hit immediately, and a loss of 2 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. One of the things the coaching staff talked about this week, Tim, is these guys are big up front on both sides of both lines, defense and offense.
And it looked like Walton was kind of slow getting off the ball that time. They're going to have to really fire off the ball on the snap of the football to open up some holes for the running game. That play looked very slow developing.
Well, it's a counter play. It takes a long time, and when you're not getting off, it's just, getting off the ball, it's trouble. Kilborn passes down across the middle. It's caught by Dalton. Dalton fighting for yardage, and I think he's going to pick up the first down.
I'm going to go ahead and call for the first replay of the evening, Kurt. That was an unbelievable catch by Tim Dalton, and once he came down with it, able to stay on his feet despite the efforts of the defense to try to drag him down. Dalton able to stay on his feet. Here we go with the replay. Now you look at him go up high to catch that football, and then he puts his hand down to maintain his footing, and he drives for the first down. What a play by Tim Dalton. He
catches the ball 3 yards short of the first down, and then turns upfield, plows over a couple tacklers. 1st and 10, Raiders ball at the 36-yard line. Raiders in a 2-tight formation. Vorster by himself behind the quarterback. Kyle gets it going over the right side, and he is bottled up again. Maybe loses a yard. It looks like he is going to lose a yard. It'll make it 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, good job defensively there by Cherokee, number 59, making the stop. That's Yinla Tunde, and I'm not sure if he was the one who came and made that first hit in the backfield, but very good job defensively by Cherokee on that play.
Yeah, one thing that bears watching, where we've had teams with bigger defensive lines, Tim, we've had trouble with penetration. We saw that at the Etowah game. We saw a little bit of that at the Roswell game, where the Raiders sometimes struggle to control those lines of scrimmage. That play, Kyle loses a yard, and it brings up that 2nd down and 11. Ball at the 37-yard line. Kilborn, quick pass, caught by Trip Roberts, number 9.
That has been the big connection in the passing game all year long for the Raiders, Kilborn to Roberts.
Tavon Williams with the tackle, number 27.
So, about 5 left to go here for this first down.
3rd down and 5 for the Raiders. Ball at the 31-yard line. This is a long kick. If you're to think about a field goal, you're somewhere in the 48-yard range. 2 receivers right. Toss to Gazibwe. Gazibwe over the 30. He's up to the 25. He has the first down for the Raiders. Nice quick pitch there to the fullback. I like that call, Tim.
Yeah, Rodney Gazibwe doesn't get a lot of carries, but when he does, he usually takes advantage of them, and you see it right there with that first down pickup by Rodney, and some good blocking as well by the Walton offensive line.
Yeah, it was clear that the Warriors were not looking for Rodney at all in that play. And quick pickup. So I'm sitting here looking at Tim now, just to let you know that this is no, bucket shopper running here. We've got screens up here, and Tim, you're now looking at live feed on the laptop of our stats. And the thing you need to do is you need to add 9 yards to that for number 11, Jim Hogue, on his first carry of the night.
Yep, good to see Jim get an early carry. Last game we saw here at Raider Valley, Jim Hogue really did not get very many carries at all. In fact, I believe he only ended up with 2 carries on the night, and he's a great compliment in the backfield to Kyle Vorster.
14, number Ryan Johnson on the tackle for Cherokee. 2nd down and 1. Handoff up the middle of the Gazebue. Gazebue's over the 10. He is tackled at the 8. He has the first down. Tackled by number 3, Quincy Mauger, and it's a 1st and goal for the Raiders. The ball at the 9-yard line. 8:20 here to go in the first quarter. Forster back in the game, replacing Hogue. Picarotta and Roberts, your wide receivers here to our left. Hand off to Vorster. Vorster has some running room. He's over the 5. He is down, we'll call it the 2 or the 3 yard line.
Looked like Matt Ellis on the stop there for Cherokee, and Ellis got dragged about 3 or 4 yards by Kyle Vorster. Very determined run by Kyle.
It'll be 2nd and goal at the 3 for the Raiders. That was a good run by Kyle. Not a lot of room there, Tim, but he was able to grind out those 6 or 7 yards. Kilborn follows it up through the hole, and it is a touchdown. Walton Raiders, Bradley Kilborn on the Joey Windler special.
Well, that's how you want to start the game right there. Good drive by Walton, aided by the penalty on the first play of the game by Cherokee, the personal foul penalty. As we get the replay right here, you'll see Kyle Vorster do that Joey Windler play like you mentioned, Kurt, and follow his blockers right on into the end zone. We saw that time and time again last year with Windler running the ship here for the Raiders.
Nathan Dittmer to kick the extra point for Walton. Matt LaMontagne on the hold. Snap. It is good. So at the 7:37 mark of the first quarter, the Walton Raiders jump out to a 7-0 lead over the Cherokee Warriors. 4.5-minute drive, Tim, aided by the 15-yard roughing the passer penalty, but the Raiders are able to come up with some big 3rd down pass conversions on that series of downs. Yep.
Kilborn able to find Tim Dalton for the one big catch over the middle, and Dalton a great individual effort after making that catch to pick up 1 first down. And then later on in the drive, Kilborn hits his favorite target this year, Trip Roberts, for a nice connection. And then finally, towards the end of that drive, we really saw the offensive line start to open up some good holes for the running game as well.
Yeah, your offensive line tonight is Nick Redditch, Matt Rooks, Grant Radikovich, Harrison Davis, and Bradley Kublanow. That offensive line brought to you by Atlantic Capital Bank. We have many, many receivers deep for Cherokee. Number 13, Zach Miller, the senior kicker for the Raiders, to kick off for Walton. Ball at the 40.
It is kind of a bit unusual to see 3 guys back deep to receive a kickoff.
Miller's kick isn't going to make a difference. That ball is well into the end zone. It lands 6 yards deep, and the Warriors will bring it out 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And that's the best way to take care of your kickoffs.
Absolutely, just drive them deep into the end zone. And, you know, I think we may have touched on this a week or 2 ago, Kurt, during one of our webcasts, is you may want to start thinking about either letting the guys return the ball out of the end zone or kick off from a little further back, because we're seeing less and less kickoff returns in the high school game.
Yeah, I mean, you either move the ball back to the 30 or the 35. Here's a keeper by the quarterback. That's number 6, Dylan Haynes, the quarterback. He picks up 5 yards, and that's quarterback coming around the corner looking either to pitch or keep it, and he keeps it for 5 yards. No huddle. I'm sure they've got a line call that tells them whether it's left or right, but they're essentially going to run the same plays to either side. Quarterback will make the decision as to a lot of times who gets the ball. Haynes, your quarterback for the Warriors. He keeps it again. He cuts it up inside. He's over the 30 down to the 36-yard line. And he picks up a first down and 2 carries by Mr. Haynes, the quarterback, and 16 yards for the Cherokee Warriors, Tim.
Yep, and he had a chance to really break that when he got into the Walton secondary, and you don't like to see that, but Walton's got some good players back there, so I believe it was Blaylock coming up with the stop.
Well, your defensive secondary for the Raiders is Richardson, Blaylock, and LaMontagne. We'll get the rest of the starters here in a minute. Hand off to the fullback, straight up the middle. Hit hard by Blaylock after a 5-yard gain.
We got a replay coming up on this hit by Darren Blaylock. My goodness. Yep, he got met at the 40-yard line pretty hard.
That's called a form tackle for those of you watching the game on television.
Yep. William, do you watch that? Do you see that? That's how you tackle, buddy.
Your linebackers are McMahon, Sunby, and Whitaker, and Brooks. Defensive line, Brad Noble, Thomas Bashera are your 11 starters for the Walton Raiders. Second down and 5. Quarterbacks carry it twice, fullback once. Net result is 20 yards. Quarterback Haynes keeps it up again, turns it up inside, headed over his left side, picks up 2 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 as the ball moves out to the 42, and the tackle there by Dietrich Sunby, number 48. You know, Tim, if this is working well, you're hearing lots of tackles by the linebackers within 2 or 3 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Yep, and Walton's got them right where they want them now. 3rd and, mid-range.
4 or 5.
4 or 5 for the first down. And
quarterback turns it up inside the hole. He fumbles the ball, hit by Blaylock, and he fumbles. And it's going to result in, I don't think the Raiders got it, but I don't think it's a first down.
We had a flag come in at the end also, Kurt, and where the yardage was initially picked up prior to the fumble after the massive hit by Blaylock, it would have been a first down, but you're right, the ball got fumbled backwards, and I think they got, now the Walton players are signaling it's against Cherokee, but
here's the replay. Hard hit by number 18, Zach Blaylock, knocks the ball loose, and it's recovered by number 62, one of the offensive linemen, Levi Satterfield.
Okay, so this penalty looks like it is going to go against the Raiders.
Well, that's unfortunate, because that would have brought 4th down and about 1. They're saying in the box here it might have been a face mask. It looked like it was, but I actually think the hand actually came up under the chin strap, not under the face mask. So I was wondering about that, but it doesn't matter. It brings up 1st down and 10 for the Warriors at the Raider 48-yard line. Haynes, your quarterback. I formation. Handoff to the tailback. First carry by the tailback, and he is met immediately by number 42, Justin Brooks.
Well, that's a little more like it on 1st down. Don't give him anything. Make it a 2nd and long.
Hope the running back for the Warriors gets the first carry as a tailback. Haynes, the quarterback, content to keep the ball on a number of the carries here on this drive. It brings up 2nd down and 10. He pitches that one. It's a good pitch, but coming up on defensive support is number 18, Zach Blaylock, and he's kind of setting a tone for the defense right now.
We are starting to hear that name quite a bit. And just about every single one of his hits have been real big ones, too. So he seems like he's got a little extra juice for tonight's game.
Yeah, if you want to keep a quarterback in the option from turning that ball up, keep making hits like that. And 3rd down and 10, and the Warriors go into the shotgun. 2 receivers here to the home side. And it's a belly handoff straight up to number 34, Kyle Acevedo for the Warriors on the carry. And brings up 4th down and 12, and it looks like Cherokee's going to punt. Trip Roberts and Cody Richardson going deep to receive the punt. Mark Valley, number 37, the punter and the kicker for the Warriors. It's off the side of his foot. It's a spinner, and Matt LaMontagne's telling everybody to get away from it. And it's down at the 32-yard line. So the Raiders are back in business after a little bit of offensive success by the Warriors. The Raiders take over first and goal at their own, first and goal, what am I saying? First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
It's a good initial series defensively for the Raiders, Kurt. Takes a little while to get adjusted to this kind of offense. And so Cherokee able to pick up a couple of quick first downs, but Walton able to settle in defensively after that and force the punt and get the ball back.
Hand off to Vorster. Vorster gets very little on that play, probably nothing. Tackle by number 59. Tunde. Tunde is on the tackle, and it's a loss of 1, brings up second down and 11. And entering the game for the Raiders, number 11, Jim Hogue at running back. One of the things we see early in games, Tim, is that defense is key on Kyle, but he wears them down. And he's one of those runners that, 1 yard, 2 yards, 4 yards, 1 yard, 2 yard, 12, 1, 10, 18, 80. And he's just so physically fit and strong that he beats defenders up. Pass by Kilborn. He finds Tripp Roberts at the 35. Tripp's at the 40. He could go all the way. He's at the 40. The 30. Don't trip. Tripp. The 20. The 10. He is going to be down at the 1 yard line because Tripp tripped. He stumbled.
He looks like he might need some oxygen, too. Took him a little while to get up off the turf. And a really fortuitous play for the Walton offense. Kilborn and Roberts here. If you look at the replay, you're going to see the defender fall down over here on the bottom of the screen. Look at the defender slip down, and after Roberts makes the catch, it's just open field in front of him, and he finally gets tracked down at the 1 yard line. Good hustle on defense by this Cherokee defender coming up to make the stop.
Yeah, you can see the Tripp kind of stumbled around the 32, 33 yard line. We did his senior spotlight this week, so he doesn't have to suffer with us asking him questions about that. Here's Kilborn on the Windler dive, and it's another touchdown for Walton as Bradley Kilborn is racking up the touchdowns in the last 2 games because, for whatever reason, long runs get knocked out of bounds at the 2 yard line.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of those first and goals at the 1 or 2, and that's just too easy to just let your quarterback try to take it in from there.
Yeah, touchdown for the Raiders at the 1:44 mark here of the first quarter. Nathan Dittmer to attempt the extra point. Matt LaMontagne to hold. Here's the snap, the kick, and that is good. Oh, the Raiders take a 14-0 lead. Let's take a timeout here and hear a word from one of our sponsors. Welcome back to Raider Valley, where Walton has taken a 14-0 lead over the Cherokee Warriors in the first quarter of play. Bradley Kilborn with 2 2-yard touchdown runs. Zach Miller, the senior kicker, number 13, to do the kickoff here, and he kicks it deep, and that one is going to come down 4 yards deep. So he's obviously getting tired. First one was 6 yards deep. The Warriors will start again from their own 20-yard line. The last time they moved the ball up to about the 50-yard line before they were forced to punt. Most of the yardage coming off of keepers by their quarterback, number 6, Dylan Haynes. Zach Blaylock, the star on defense on that first series with 2 or 3 big hits, one of them causing a fumble. But the Warriors take possession at their own 20 in the I formation, pro set, wide receiver left, wide receiver to the right. 2 tight ends. Pitch to the tailback. There's some room there. He's over the 25, and he is hit hard and is fumbled.
Oh, my goodness. Zach Blaylock is a man on a mission tonight, and I think they might say that the ball carrier was down, but my goodness, Zach Blaylock is unloading on these Cherokee ball carriers tonight. Here we go. Here's the replay, Kurt. He comes up like a missile.
I want to see if it's a fumble or not. He was down. He was down. It was on the ground. But, Zach is showing no fear. He's coming up strong from the safety position, and that's what people look for. They want to see somebody that has no fear or just basically run right through the ball carrier. Brings up a 2nd down and 2. Keep by the quarterback, number 6, Haynes, and he is tackled from behind after a gain of almost 9 yards. Darren Blaylock on the tackle this time, so Darren and Zach getting most of the action here from a tackling perspective.
Like Cody Allen was in on that one as well.
Warren Whitaker and Matt LaMontagne, 2 of your senior captains here to our side. You can 1st and 10, a little bit of a mix-up. Counter play, handoff up the middle, and it's going to pick up 4 yards for the Warriors.
And there he is again. Another big hit by Zach Blaylock. And I don't know if someone made him angry today at school or what, but he is taking it out on these ball carriers.
Nick Riley, the ball carrier for Cherokee. Maybe Zach doesn't like homecoming. Who knows? Maybe Zach loves homecoming. Big week here at Walton. The parade was this afternoon, and the kids all dressing up. I know that one of my sons, who's a senior, said, "Wow, this is a great week of school. We didn't do anything but have fun." That is a good week of school. Pitch to the outside to Riley, number 7. That time Zach kind of misses him. And Cody Richardson with a nice tackle. There's a great example of what happens when a wide receiver doesn't make a block. Because if the wide receiver makes that block on Cody Richardson, that's a touchdown for Cherokee.
Yeah, you're right about that, Kurt. The wide receiver blocking, the downfield blocking is a huge part of making this offense a success. And Walton has done a good job so far on the QB keeper and the dive play, Kurt, but on the pitch, it seems like the pitch man has a lot of running room before he's met by a defender. We got the quarter break right now.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter. After 1, it's the Walton Raiders 14 and the Cherokee Warriors nothing. We'll be back after a word from our sponsor. You're watching Raider Vision.
Zaxby's, indescribably good.
Welcome back to Raider Valley, folks, where the Walton Raiders are leading 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. And while we've got a minute here, Tim, I'd like to recognize somebody. Lance Corporal Thomas Coggins, who is a former Cherokee Warrior football player, was wounded in Afghanistan recently, and he is in Germany. He was medevaced to Germany, and he will be undergoing surgery tomorrow. So, Thomas, thank you for your service. Our prayers and best wishes are with you for a speedy recovery. And just know that all of the Georgia high school football fans are thinking of you, and thank you for your service, and well done, Thomas. Haynes on the back to pass, and that is overthrown. Intended for Chase Holmes, number 1. Actually, it wasn't that bad a pass.
No, looked like he got a hand on it, but couldn't haul it in.
That'll make it 2nd down and 10. The ball at the Raider 48-yard line, and this is about where the Cherokee drive stalled last time. They picked up around 30, 35 yards and just ran out of gas. Cherokee trying to pop one there on 1st and 10 after the number of runs they've had. I'm thinking Mr. Haynes on the keeper here. And he turns it upfield. He's at the 40. He's got some running room. He's being chased by LaMontagne. Matt brings him down at the 27-yard line. And that's a gain of 20 yards for Dylan Haynes, the quarterback from Cherokee, and, you know, Dylan's finding some room out there, Tim.
Good-looking cutback by Dylan Haynes on that play, Kurt. As soon as he broke through the line of scrimmage, cut back over here towards the near sideline and found a lot of daylight and was able to pick up a big gain.
Once again, Haynes under center, I formation. Here's a toss sweep to Riley, number 7. He's met by Jim Hogue after a gain of 1. So Riley picks up 1. It brings up 2nd down and 9. The ball will be marked on the 25-yard line. Cherokee giving us trouble, and they're doing exactly what Coach Allen and Coach Hidalgo worried about, which is drives that just eat up the clock, take time away from your offense. But the good thing is Raiders got 2 quick scores. Here's Haynes again. This time he doesn't gain as much, and watch the face mask there, guys. The referee wanted to reach for his flag, and he didn't pull it out of his pocket. And that brings up 3rd down for Cherokee.
That was a hard tackle by Justin Brooks. Had him kind of wrapped around the neck a little bit. So I see what you mean about the possible face mask. But yeah, Brooks able to keep his hands away from the face mask and had a nice tackle.
We've got a 3rd down and 7. 10:40 to go here in the first half. Raiders leading 14-0, but the Warriors on the drive. Here's that pitch again to Riley, number 7. He's got running room. He gets the 1st down, and another tackle there by Cody Richardson to save the day. But, Tim, as you said, there's nobody even close to that pitch back until he's 5-6 yards downfield.
Yep, he's got way too much running room as soon as he receives the pitch. There's nobody there, and that's one thing Walton's going to have to address during one of these breaks over here on the sideline.
Yeah, usually what that means is you've either got an outside linebacker or a defensive end sniffing too far down inside, or they're actually blocking that end, which is not the pure option thing where you don't block the end. Here's a little bit of a counter, a trap up the middle. Number 7, Riley, and he is going to score for a Cherokee touchdown as Nick Riley takes the ball in from 13 yards out, and the Cherokee Warriors have cut the lead to 14-6 for the Walton Raiders. And that's kind of what you're worried about, Tim, letting the team that you should be beating kind of hang around.
Absolutely. I mean, they're not going to just give you the game. You're going to have to go out there and earn it. And good job by Cherokee to come back fighting on this drive and really drive the ball down the throats of the Walton defense and score this easy touchdown. This was too easy for Cherokee.
I'd forgotten that they play the Notre Dame fight song as their fight song. Wedge shot is up and good. And at the 10-12 mark of the second quarter, the Cherokee Warriors cut into the Walton Raider lead. It's Walton 14 and Cherokee 7. You know, Tim, before the game, they actually were introducing a couple of former Walton Raiders who are now in service of our country that are here on homecoming and had some time off. I guess leave. They don't really have time off. They have leave. But you know, it's amazing the number of football players out of the Cobb County system that end up going to join the military.
And as you said, Kurt, we all certainly appreciate their service and just tremendous sacrifices that they make.
So the Raiders are going to receive. Deep will be Zach Blaylock and Cody Richardson.
That was a 10-play, 80-yard drive executed in just 3 minutes and 32 seconds by the Cherokee Warriors. Very impressive.
Well, Kirk Attabush is calling the kicker Mark Valier. So we will do the same. Valier's kick is going to come down and be returned by Richardson at the 11. He's at the 15. He's got some running room. He's over the 20, 25, 30. He's got some room. He's at the 40. And he's going to be dragged down at the 47-yard line after a nice return of 36 yards by Cody Richardson.
Easily one of the best returns of the year for Cody Richardson, and you could tell that play was set up for a return right because he was way over on the left side of the field, and he was dead set on going to the right side of the field, and there was a little bit of blocking there, but a lot of that was just the speed of Cody Richardson.
One of the Warriors able to get Cody's jersey as he kind of streaked past him. Kyle Borster, your running back, 3 receivers to the left. Hand off to Kyle. He's over the 45. He's at the 50. He's got some running room. He's down to the 40 and close to the first down at the 44-yard line.
Now you look over at that Cherokee sideline, Kurt, and really not a whole lot of guys dressed out, so I'm wondering if maybe this is a situation where Cherokee's got a lot of guys playing both ways, and we'll see if Walton can maybe tire him out a little bit.
Yeah. Pickup of 9 for Kyle. Tackle by number 9, Matt Ellis, on that last carry. Now Jim Hogue in for the Raiders, along with Rodney Gazebue. Rodney in the tailback position. Trip Roberts in motion. Pass downfield. He's got a wide receiver wide open. It was Jim Hogue on that wheel route they love to run. And just overthrew him by a tad.
Yeah, I think Jim might have just started looking for that football a little too early, Kurt. If he'd continued running the route a little further downfield, he would have gotten himself in better position. See, he's already looking for the football. And
yeah, when you got those shoulders turned, you could see his momentum just die.
Yeah, you can't get down the field as quickly when you're looking back at the quarterback.
Worcester and Brooks coming back onto the field. 3rd down and 1. Hand off to Worcester. He's got the first down. He's across the 40, and he's down to the 36-yard line as Kyle picks up 8 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders. I guess the good news, Tim, is that while we gave up the last touchdown, it doesn't look as though the Walton offense is having any trouble now moving against that Cherokee defense.
They seem like they want that 2-touchdown lead back, and they want it back in a hurry.
One thing that you're noticing is that Kyle is getting some running room after the first 2 possessions. It was really tough going for Kyle, but now those holes seem to be opening up, and he's getting that. There's a ball fumbled to the ground on the center exchange to the quarterback. Kilborn manages to fall on it and save the day, but we do lose 2 yards.
Well, if you're going to have something like that happen, first down is when you want it to happen. So they've got a couple of downs to make up that yardage.
That was close because there was a minute there where I didn't think Bradley's arms were going to be long enough to grab and bring that ball back in. Toss sweep to Gazebue. He steps past the tackler, and that's just enough to trip him up, and he maybe picks up 2 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and close to 11 or 12 yards. I'd like to welcome William Burns up here.
Hey,
once again back here sharing the press box with us. I don't know, Tim. I can't get my sons to come up here, but you know, William's a steady fan for us.
I'm sure he'll outgrow it at some point.
3rd down and 12 for the Raiders, and there's a flag. We may have taken too much time. I'm not sure. The ball is spotted at the 38-yard line right now. Are you headed to the Yellow Jackets game tomorrow?
We are going. Yep. Middle Tennessee State Blue Raiders coming into Grant Field tomorrow. And they got a really good quarterback in Middle Tennessee State. Dwight Dasher from Charlton County, down in South Georgia.
They almost beat Minnesota in the first game of the season. Minnesota's nothing to cheer about, but I mean that would have been a big win to get a Big Ten scout for Middle Tennessee.
Yep.
5-yard penalty encroachment against the Warriors, so that brings up 3rd down and 7 for Walton. Kilborn in the shotgun. Roberts, Blaylock, and Ficarodi are wide receivers to the left. Bradley straight back to pass. He's got Roberts at the 25, trip up to the 20-yard line. Nope. And he has got a 1st down for the Raiders.
It looked like Bradley wanted a penalty after that play. He was in the ear of the referee, and no flag, so he didn't plead his case well enough, I guess. But good pitch and catch that time from Kilborn to Roberts, and that connection just seems to have really, really good chemistry.
If it was an NFL play, it would have been flagged for 15 yards because the guy came across and raked his helmet, raked his face. Kyle with another tough run picks up probably 4 yards. Tackled by number 53, Patrick Beal for the Warriors. Ball to 16. It brings up a ball to 17. Brings up a 2nd down and 6. Raiders moving the ball with relative ease. Handoff up the middle to Gazebue. So as soon as I say that, Rodney gets hit by 5 guys. Tackle there again by Beal, number 53 from the Warriors, and it brings up 3rd down, and he lost a yard. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for Walton. The ball at the almost the 18-yard line, 17 or 18-yard line.
Trip Roberts, after that one long catch, is already closing in on a 100-yard receiving night. 3 catches for 90 yards for Trip Roberts.
Well, one of the things I get to do is I get to meet the kids during the senior spotlights, Tim, and we just kind of see them through the helmets here most of the time, but they're all great, and I really got it. It was really nice, good chance to meet Trip. There's a ball caught by Trip again, and it's going to be close.
Looks like he's got it. He's inside the 10, and the marker's at the 10, so that's going to be a first down.
Yeah. I'm looking through the bar here in the window. So that's going to be first down and goal for the Raiders. The ball will be marked at the 7-yard line. So Kilborn to Roberts is picking up big yards here tonight for the Raiders. Trip with another first down catch for Walton, and you got to love those receivers that get you those yards on third down. Here's the handoff to Kyle Borster. He's at the 5. And he is in the end zone for a Walton Raider touchdown. Kyle Borster with a 7-yard touchdown run over the left side of the offensive line.
Yep, and on his way to the goal line, Kyle Borster got hit 3 or 4 times, and those defenders bounced off of him like they were gnats. I mean, here we go. Here's 1. There's another one. There's 2. There's 3, and he's in there.
Well, give the last guy credit. At least he stuck his shoulder in there. The first 2 were more than happy to let the arm tackles go by. Here's Dittmer with the extra point attempt. LaMontagne to hold. Kick is up, and it is good. At the 6:02 mark of the second quarter, the Walton Raiders take a 21-7 lead over the Cherokee Warriors. We'll be back after this word from our sponsors.
At Gas South, comfort is helping you
feel at home. Whether you're setting up service for a new home or just looking for a better rate plan to keep a few more bucks in your pocket. And Gas South is committed to delivering outstanding customer service that not only builds your trust, but by being a part of the neighborhood, builds the community as well, which makes life a little more comfortable for everyone. Sign up at GasSouth.com today and see how we are committed to your comfort.
Welcome back to Raider Valley, where the Walton Raiders have retaken a 14-point lead over the Cherokee Warriors with a 21-7 lead at the 6:02 mark here remaining in the first half. Zach Miller to kick off. His first 2 kickoffs have gone into the end zone. Third kickoff is high and deep, but it's going to be returned at the 2-yard line. And there's plenty of running room there. We've got some people that weren't watching.
Walton's very fortunate that they only got that ball out to the 36-yard line. There was didn't seem like anyone really wanted to make a tackle on that kickoff return.
Yeah, number 10, Seth Brown, on that return. If we show a replay, it almost looks as though a couple of Walton players didn't even know that Seth was running past them.
I think they maybe had gotten used to the kickoffs going into the end zone for touchbacks, because
look at this, because just around the 20-yard line.
Watched him go right by. You're right.
Yeah, I don't know who that was, but that was not good. That was not good form.
Look at Zach Miller getting in on the tackle, though. How about that?
I know, that rugby guy. He can't contain himself. Here's quarterback Haynes with the keeper. Tackled by a host of Raiders. Picks up a yard or 2. Bring up second down and 8.
Now that last drive by Walton, Kurt, that is how you want to answer a drive like Cherokee had prior to that.
Absolutely.
You come right out and you say, okay, you've shown us what you can do. We're going to show you what we can do. And Walton marched right down the field and got that 2-touchdown lead right back.
That ball's marked at the 38, so it will be second down and 8 for the Warriors. Haynes, your quarterback, I formation. Riley, the tailback, takes it up to the 40-yard line. He picks up 2 yards. It'll bring up a third down and 6, third down and 7. It'll be third down and 7 on this after the spot of the ball. So the Raiders march down the field, and here after 2 plays, limited success for the Cherokee offense. Now, in this situation, over the last couple drives, Haynes usually keeps the ball as he turns it up around the corner. So let's see what the quarterback does on this play. Got their fullback in the old 4-point stance. Here's the pitch. That's not a good pitch, and Riley fumbles the ball.
Yeah, that did look kind of forward.
They call an incomplete pass, and they'll put the ball back at the 40-yard line. It'll be fourth down and 7. I will say this, though, Tim, to the short side of the field on that pitch, we did have several defenders there ready to move into position to make that tackle.
Yep. Much better coverage on the pitch that time. You're right.
Cherokee to do the punt here from the 25-yard line. Good pressure by the Raiders, almost. Cody Richardson with the fair catch is taken and marked at the 32-yard line. That was a good catch by Cody because that was a bit of a knuckler coming down out of there with some pressure on him.
If if we can get a quick replay on that punt, on the rush of the punt, that time Jim Hogue, Kurt, comes in and looks like if he lays out, he's got a chance to block this punt, but instead he kind of jumps up more vertically as opposed to horizontally, and if he goes horizontal, I think he's got a good chance of blocking that punt.
Once again, the Raider offense led by quarterback Bradley Kilborn, tailback Kyle Vorster. Hand off to Vorster. He's over the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45. He's got running room up to the 50. He's at the 45, the 40, the 30. He could go all the way. 20, 10, mark it a touchdown. Walton Raiders. Kyle Vorster, 68 yards over the left side of the Walton Raider offensive line. Touchdown Raiders.
Yeah, very determined run by Kyle. Here we go with the replay. Left side, like you said, Kurt. Now watch him use his blocks, breaks the tackle. Another broken tackle there in the secondary, and that's it. He is gone up the left sideline.
Well, people think of Kyle as being a really tough, rugged runner, but as you can see from that replay, he outran the secondary.
Absolutely. If he gets in that open field, he can really show off that speed.
Kyle getting some attention from some schools to play tailback. Talked to his dad the other day, and who wouldn't want him? Extra point is good by Dittmer, so the Raiders jump out to a 28-7 lead with 4:18 left here in the first half, and the homecoming celebration for the Raiders is on in full force. I will say that what we're going to do with the homecoming court and queen tonight is that we're going to tap in live to Kirk Gatterbush's announcement during halftime through the PA. That'll give our crew up here a chance to go grab a cup of tea or something like that. Kirk Gatterbush giving Adam a little bit of a shout out. Thank you for that, Kirk. Adam here on a week off from college football.
And we got the replay showing right now on Raider Vision once again. You see that speed. He's still accelerating. Kyle Vorster as he crosses the 10 and the 5-yard line. He was determined not to be caught from behind.
Yeah, we've got some folks in the north end zone in their backyard with a pit fire watching the game. And Zach Miller gets his form back and hits a nice sharp 9-iron, 6 yards deep.
It's not that cold out, is it, Kurt?
It's going to be cold tonight. It's going to be cold tonight, but I don't know. As windy as it is and as dry as it is, I don't know if Smokey the Bear would approve of that one. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires. Yeah, there's the camera of the pit fire in the north end zone. So the Warriors take over 1st and 10. Keeper by Haynes. He cuts it up to the 23-yard line, gets whacked by somebody.
That's Justin Brooks, Kurt, coming in with the big hit. I mean, he's seen how much Zach Blaylock's enjoying those hits. He wanted some of that action, and that was a big hit by Brooks that time.
Well, one thing when you kind of get the former players on the sideline and you're up on somebody but 21 points in the second quarter, I mean, you just start to feed off of all that energy. Second down and 5. Haynes keep it again. Turns it upfield. He's going to be a little short. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. I got to tell you, if we don't keep Dylan Haynes kind of off the perimeter, they're going to keep it closer than I think the coaching staff wants.
they've got a 3rd and short right now, and Dylan Haynes is doing a good job running this offense, but to me it looked like he might have been able to pitch it to his pitch man that time, and they probably could have picked up a first down. There was a lot of room out there on the outside.
It is shocking how much those uniforms at Cherokee resemble Wisconsin uniforms, isn't it?
Yep, you're right.
That's a first down, handoff to the fullback straight up the middle.
I was thinking that earlier when I first laid eyes on those uniforms. They certainly do look like Wisconsin. And, you know, when we were playing Milton a few weeks back and you said they looked like Arkansas, I wasn't really seeing it. And then I saw Arkansas play on TV, and you're right about that one, too. They look just like Arkansas.
Last carry there by number 47, John Byers for the Warriors. It brings up a first down and 10. The ball at the 32-yard line. Big game for Wisconsin tomorrow, one of the national games against Ohio State. Things a little bit jumbled up after the Tide losing last week. You really hate to see that. Carry by number 34 for the Warriors.
Are you still holding a grudge from
78.
78.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I guess so.
What the heck? Mike Gooman, come on, man. Can't you just, run through Barry Krause? Give me a break. 2nd down and 5 for the Warriors.
A Penn State fan, if you...
Acevedo on the... we've got Penn State guys all over the place up here. This is number 7, Nick Riley on the carry, and Nick is hit pretty hard there.
Yep. Justin Brooks in there again, Kurt, and good team effort that time defensively for the Raiders. They had guys swarming to the football, and that forces a 3rd down. Looks like about 5 or 6.
Redditch, Allen, Noble, Brooks on the defensive line. 3rd down, 7, and a timeout taken with 1:34 left here to go. 3rd and 6, ball in the 36. Trying to look through my binoculars to see if who some of the guys are that might be back here tonight.
Some of the former Raiders. I know a lot of these guys are...
A lot of them are just old.
Yeah, well, a lot of them also can't make it back. They've got to get ready for a game tomorrow.
Yeah, we had a couple of off weeks that a couple of the guys were in town. SEC and ACC, though, in full bore. Vanderbilt coming to Georgia tomorrow. Although, Tim, it's homecoming for you.
Yeah, we got a lot of...
You said you had a couple of your buddies back.
I do. I saw some people as I was walking into the stadium. We had a group of about 15 or so from right around the time that I went to school here. So it was good to see those folks.
Anybody make any comment about the Raider legend comments in our pregame?
No, I don't know if I don't know if these people are watching us when they're not here. I have to talk to him about that.
Exactly. Haynes with the keeper. He is going to be well short of the first down. Timeout by the Raiders, stopping the clock with 1:27 to go here in the first half. So the Raiders forcing a punt, want to get an opportunity to maybe move that offense down the field in a quick 2-minute drill.
Now, I like that a lot. A lot of times you'll see coaches be very, very comfortable with this kind of lead and just play it safe and try to just run the clock out and go into the locker room at halftime. But I like to see Walton take that timeout and try to give their offense as much time as they can to maybe go down the field and get one more score, even if it's a field goal.
When you're up 28 to 7, the touchdown to make it 35 or 31 to 7 on a field goal, you're really right there putting them away. And Cherokee has played hard. Offensively, they don't make mistakes, but they're just being forced into very long drives because their defense isn't forcing the Raiders to punt. So Zach Miller's kicking the ball into the end zone every time. They're having to go 80 yards to score, and it's just hard to sustain drives with this kind of offense over a 15-play period.
Yep. They had that one scoring drive that was very, very impressive, so they can get it done. And I think that might be a little bit of what's going into the thinking of Coach Hidalgo here, trying to get that one more score because he realizes this team's going to come out fighting in the second half.
Once again, Cherokee in punt formation. Trip Roberts deep for the Raiders, standing at his own 27-yard line. High kick, not too deep. Roberts fumbles the ball, and it's going to be recovered by...
There's a mad scramble at the 33 or 34-yard line, and officials trying to break through the pile.
And I think the Warriors have it. They do. So the scenario you don't want to have happen when you don't let the clock wind down is that your punt returner doesn't catch the punt.
Yeah, it looked like Trip Roberts had a whole lot of traffic right in front of him when he was trying to field that punt. And so I don't know if he had gotten distracted or what, but he's got very, very sure hands as a wide receiver. We've seen it all year long.
So Riley, your tailback. Byers, your fullback. Your quarterback is Haynes. In the shotgun. And he keeps it. He pitches to Riley. That ball's on the ground. And that ball's still loose.
Walton's got to be careful they don't get a penalty here. Scrambling, trying to get that football.
1:03 left to go here in the first half. Clock ticking down now under a minute, 28-7. The Warriors need to show a little urgency here. I mean, if they can get this into 28-14, I mean, you've got more than just a chance. They get the ball first to start the second half.
We're talking about a whole different football game if Cherokee comes up with a late score here in the end of this first half.
And you're 28-14, you get the ball back, you're da-da-da-da-da, and you never know. But here's Haynes, the pass. He's got time, and he had a man. He had two men open. Pattern pulled up a little short, and it's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10 with 35 seconds left to go.
3rd down and 10. 34 seconds remaining.
As we said, we're going to show you the homecoming festivities live, but we're going to feed it through Kurt Gatterbush's PA announcing. So Kurt will be replaced by Kirk. Both of whom are Penn State guys. So it's clear we know how to talk a lot there. Handoff straight. Oh, keeper by hand. Pitch to Riley. And me fooled looking through my binoculars here.
The ball carrier, or not the ball carrier, the backfield mate of Haynes that time did a great job carrying out that fake because my eyes were on him the whole time. Thought he had the football.
25 seconds to go. 4th down and 3. 4th and 2. Ball at the 25-yard line.
Not sure what kind of a field goal kicking game Cherokee has, so I don't know if this is a situation where they'll try the field goal. It would be about a 42-yard field goal, but they've got 2 yards left to go for the first down here, Kurt. So it'll be an interesting decision there for the Cherokee coaching staff, depending on the strength of their field goal kicking unit.
I take Dylan Haynes around one of the corners and see how much. I'm willing to bet that he can pick up 2 yards. The way he's been running the ball already tonight.
He's having a good game, Kurt. 11 carries for 65 yards. That's unofficial right now, but he's doing a very good job. And Riley's having a pretty good game himself. 8 carries for 47 yards for Riley.
Cherokee in their I formation. Haynes, your quarterback, back in motion.
Trying to draw Walton off sides, Kurt, and that did not work. Good job by the Walton defensive front. So now Cherokee faced with another decision.
And that was their last timeout, which now I'm not really quite sure. I mean, they're going to go for it, so why call the timeout? Just run the play.
Well, I think they thought that they could pick up an easy first down by drawing Walton off sides, and when that didn't work, they had to go to plan B, and now I think you should have plan B ready to go right there at the line of scrimmage.
Exactly. .25 seconds left here to go. Ball at the 25-yard line, 4th and 2. Cherokee with the ball, trying to get some points on the board here right before the end of the first half as they trail the Raiders by 3 touchdowns, 28-7. Haynes is your quarterback, Riley your tailback, Byers your fullback. 4th and 2, ball to the 25-yard line. And they moved.
Wow. This is a Walton timeout, actually.
Walton timeout, yeah.
And this last 25 seconds of this first half is taking an eternity.
It is becoming NBA-like.
Our blue sponsors, Dr. Hugh McLeod, Andrew Morgan with Clay Living. Our white sponsors,
Give you some stats to wet your palate here as we get ready for this final couple of plays here this first half. Walton has rushed the football for 128 yards. Cherokee right there with the Raiders, picking up 130 yards on the ground. The big difference in the total yardage is the Walton passing attack has picked up 110 yards to nothing for Cherokee. So that's where Walton has the big advantage. The ground game's very similar right now, 130 to 128. Cherokee actually with a slight edge.
Offensively, the Raiders seem to be able to do just about anything they want. You know, if it wasn't for the long fields, you know, Cherokee would be in much better position here, but they are just having to sustain these drives over such long periods of time and 80 yards. And here we go, 4th down and 2. And Haynes is going to keep it. It's going to be really close.
I think he got that one. They're gonna give it to him on the spot. This official coming in from the near side over here, running in. Looks like he's got it marked as a first down.
Called a time to respot the ball with 17.4 seconds to go. 1st and 10. Ball is at the 22.
Cherokee obviously in a no huddle. They don't have a lot of time.
I don't know what they're going to do. They've got to throw the ball, and they're in a running formation unless they're going to spike it. Clock is running. And he did spike it.
Okay.
All right.
Now, that looks like a whole lot of time came off that clock for a spike. It was 3 seconds. It was 17.4 before the spike. And let's see if they get some more time put on the clock. Doesn't look like it yet.
Les Miles over on the field, the other side of the field, obviously handling clock management for Cherokee right now.
That was a really slow spike if that took 3 seconds.
We probably got time for 2 more plays if they're passes, which I suspect they will be. 2 receivers right, 1 here to the left to our side, and they're going to do a little trickeration with a reverse.
That should be a block in the back, but we got no call back there.
And what a great job by number 51 for the Raiders, Cody Allen. He gets blocked in the back. He chases the reverse all the way from the far side of the field, and that's going to do it for the first half. So, as we break here for halftime, at 2010 Walton homecoming, Walton Raiders 28, Cherokee Warriors 7. Stay tuned for the halftime homecoming activities here live from Raider Valley. This is Walton Raider football live on Raider Vision.
Zaxby's, indescribably good.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of our principal, Judy McNeil, we would like to welcome you to Raider Valley. Tonight is homecoming, and I have the pleasure of introducing the 2010 homecoming court. So without delay, representing the freshman class of 2014, we have Miss Reagan Cobb, escorted by her father, Rick Cobb. We also have representing the freshman class, Miss Christina DiNatale, escorted by her father, Dr. Anthony DiNatale. Congratulations, ladies. Now representing the sophomore class of 2013, we have Miss Paige Allen, escorted by her uncle, Henry Killian. Miss Morgan Helmendock, escorted by her father, Grant Helmendock. Our final member of the sophomore court is Miss Mari Casilla, escorted by her father, Kishi Casilla. Congratulations to you, ladies. Now representing the junior class of 2012, Miss Jordan Aronson, escorted by her father, Andy Aronson. Miss Jessie Blazer, escorted by her father, Mark Blazer. Miss Katie Daniel, escorted by her father, John Daniel. And Miss Katie Okazaki, escorted by her father, Kisuki Okazaki. Congratulations, ladies. All right, everyone. One of the following 5 young ladies from the senior class was voted as the 2010 Walton High School homecoming queen by her classmates last week. Representing the senior class of 2011, Miss Jean Marie Allen, escorted by her father, Bill Allen. Jean Marie is a member of the National Honor Society and is a member of the cross-country, swimming, and track teams. Next year, she plans on attending college to study to become a nurse. Miss Jean Marie Allen, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Claire Batten, escorted by her father, the Honorable Timothy Batten. Claire is a leader in the Community Outreach Club and a member of the National Honor Society. After graduating from college, Claire wants to become a diplomat for impoverished countries. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Claire Batten. Miss Nejla Day, escorted by her father, Dr. John Day. Nejla volunteers with the blood drive through the Junior Civitans Club and is also a member of the Habitat for Humanity. Next year, she is hoping to study international relations and journalism in either Boston or Washington, D.C. Miss Nejla Day, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Coco Lewis, escorted by her father, Jeff Lewis. Coco is a member of the Walton Swim and Dive Team and the National French Honor Society. Next year, she plans on attending college to study marine biology. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Coco Lewis. Rounding out the Walton Senior Homecoming Court is Miss Emily Sanders, escorted by her father, Trey Sanders. Emily is a member of the National Honor Society. She is also a varsity competition cheerleader and a member of the gymnastic and track teams. Next year, Emily plans on attending Auburn University, where she will major in interior design. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Emily Sanders. And now I am pleased to introduce Mrs. Judy McNeil, our principal, who will crown our Walton High School homecoming queen for 2010-2011. And this year's 2010 Walton High School homecoming queen is Miss Claire Batten. Congratulations, Claire, and congratulations to all the members of the 2010 Walton High School homecoming court. Congratulations again to the 2010 Homecoming Court. Earlier today, the annual Homecoming Parade competition took place among classes. And all this week, the classes competed for the title of who had the best commons or lunchroom decorations. So between those two competitions, competitions, here are the results. But before we announce the results, there's a hierarchy understood at Walton High School and arguably at any high school. The freshmen never get any respect. The sophomores are lost with typically no identity at all. The juniors are constantly in the shadows of the seniors, and the seniors, well, the seniors are the best. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here are the results for the 2010 Homecoming Float competition. Coming in third place, and arguably last place, yes, third place, are the seniors with 64 points. Juniors, you came in second place with 68 points. And tied for first is both the freshman and sophomore classes with 75 points. Seniors, what happened? Freshmen and sophomores, great job. And we're not done. A little redemption, seniors, is still in order. With the Commons Decorations competition, coming in fourth place are the sophomores with 65 points. The juniors came in third place with 69 points. The seniors came in second with 70, and yes, the freshmen who get no respect win the 2010 Homecoming Commons Decorations with 71 points.
Way to go, freshmen. Ladies and gentlemen, go buy your lottery tickets, raffle tickets, because the plans must be aligned.
All right, Raider fans, we've just finished up here with the Welcome back, Raider fans, to Raider Valley, where Walton leads the Cherokee Warriors 28-7 here at the 2010 homecoming festivities. And we're pleased to have with us here in the booth number 94 from the 2007 semifinalist Walton Raider football team, All-State kicker Adam Schreiner, somebody I've gotten to know well over the years. And Adam, you have a break from this week after a tough game last week at App State, where you took the #1 team down to the end of the game and ended up 34-31. But you have a week off from Elon football, and tell us what your thoughts are of this new field and this new scoreboard here at Walton.
It looks great. I mean, the whole turf is new and everything. The jumbotron looks good, but Raider Valley still feels the same. Still feels like it's supposed to be on Friday nights.
When you were a player here, the 2007 team had a great season. You ended up losing to North Gwinnett in the first game of the season, this last game of the season. But what was it like to play in Raider Valley on Friday nights, particularly when you had the Roswell game on TV and things like that? What was it like to be here in Raider Valley on a Friday?
Without a doubt, I think my Friday nights in Raider Valley are my greatest memories of football and sports. Even playing in front of tens of thousands of people every weekend. Still Cherokee.
Now, last weekend you played in front of almost 45,000 people at App State, but when I talk to people here, they remember the kick against Roswell, the 58-yarder, but they also always talk about the MLK kick in the game where Braden Theobald led the team down the field and you made the big kick at the end. But what is the big difference between kicking in high school and kicking in college? Because I know you've worked hard and there's a big transition. What are just some of the big differences?
I think in any position, college it's a business and something you work at every day. And I think that's what makes high school great. Is it's finite and you do it for fun. And you're playing with your buddies, and those are the things that makes it memorable.
As you look back on the kicks that you had here at Walton, what are the moments that stick out for you? And on a team that was just a huge team, had a number of All-State players. But what sticks out for you, Adam?
Honestly, my favorite part is just running out in the tunnel in front of everybody, running out of the banner and right in front of the student section. That's the thing that I've always remembered the most.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by, and I know that it's great to be on the sideline again at Raider Valley. And Adam, thank you for coming in. And that's Adam Schreiner, number 94, your 2007 5A All-State kicker and current Elon Phoenix kicker, as the Phoenix are in the top 25 once again in the FCS division of college football. So, Adam, thanks for coming by, and we'll look forward to catching up with you after the game. Remember, you're supposed to wait for me because we're driving home together.
All right.
All right, buddy. Talk to you later.
Including a in-depth look at tonight's game between Cherokee and your Walton Raiders. That's the high
raising awareness. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and there are many important endeavors taking place to help find a cure, and we applaud all those involved in this fight. Tonight, we'd like to recognize 6 of our Walton juniors and their mothers. The Susan G. Cohen 3-day walk for the cure is next weekend, and they are ready to walk 60 miles and sleep in tents. Their team is named Walkers for Knockers.
Seems appropriate.
I'm only reading what was put in front of me, and each must raise $2,300 to participate for a team total of $29,900. You can visit them at the entrance of Raider Valley if you'd like to help. They are Sarah and Jay Bueller, Emily and Kim Burgett, Jesse and Debbie Gionati, Paige and Lisa and Kagan, Courtney and Wendy Ritter, and Jack and Ann Schatz. And this is Cancer Awareness Month. Recently, the Raider family did lose a very dear friend in Ruth Young, whose boys both went to Walton High School. And anything you can do to contribute to help in the fight against breast cancer would be welcomed. And, it's just one of those things we do around Walton High School.
The cause speaks for itself. They deserve your support regardless. But just based on the team name alone, I think this team in particular really deserves your support.
Yeah, Lisa Sager brought this up to me, and she said their name is Walkers for Knockers, and I put it in there, and you've got to read it, and I did. But, back to a football game, Tim, 28-7. The Raiders, moved the ball well in the first half. Not a lot of challenges. I don't think we punted at all. Cherokee moved the ball, but they started at the 20-yard line every time. But they had drives, sustained drives. They just weren't able to put the ball in the end zone one time.
Yeah, that one drive in particular, the scoring drive for Cherokee, very impressive. That kind of gives you a little bit of cause for concern as we head into the second half, Kurt, because Cherokee's going to get that football back first to start the third quarter. And the way they moved the ball on that one scoring drive really kind of has you worried a little bit that maybe they can come in and cut this deficit right off the bat.
Well, the homecoming festivities are over here at Raider Valley, and as I said, we were really, really pleased. We had Brandon Burrows up here 2 weeks ago. Adam Schreiner was home this week, and as we get some of the boys that are home on their breaks, if they can make it back, we like to catch up with them up here in the box at Raider Valley. Tim has brought pizza up into the box, which is I think should be actually banned from here on out, because when you bring pizza up here, it just smells way too good.
Well, William Burns, if there's pizza around, he will find it, and he found it tonight. And this slice looks pretty good. Slice of cheese pizza from the Walton concession stand, which in the coming years will be greatly improved as the Touchdown Club here at Walton continues to improve things around the stadium here at Raider Valley. Got the new turf that we've seen several times already this year. Looks beautiful, holding up well. The new scoreboard, and then in the plans for the coming years, the new concession area with restrooms and meeting facility at the site of the current concession area, but just going to be vastly improved, and we look forward to that.
There will be a interview that I conducted with Tom Cobb, who's the head of Raider Valley Renovation, on the website, the Raider football website. We'll also put that on the lacrosse and soccer websites. Folks, we unabashedly need your contributions. We need each family to contribute $1,000. So check RaidersFB.net for more information. And the kickoff is taken at the 5-yard line by number 10 for Cherokee. The ball is fumbled and is recovered by Cherokee at the 20. So here you go. Lo and behold, where do the Warriors start their drive from, Tim?
Yep.
The 20.
Right back at the 20. And Kurt, talking about the renovation to the concession area, and you're saying how they need families to donate $1,000. It makes it sound, a little daunting when you put it like that, but they actually have a plan in place to donate $50 for 20 months.
Exactly.
Makes it the kind of thing that just about anyone can afford, and really help continue to improve things right here at Raider Valley.
No, it a lot more to come, and as you said, over 10 months or 20 months, the Raiders, all the football, soccer, and lacrosse programs looking to raise the funds. And there's a keeper by the quarterback, Haynes.
And Cody Richardson coming over from his corner spot, fighting off a blocker to make the tackle in the open field. Nice job by Cody.
one thing that's very interesting is they talk about the new concession stand, and there will be a new website. There'll be an ability to contribute to the website. You'll be able to buy a piece of the field for $100 to donate to the fund. But the thing that's interesting is that this new concession stand is going to be a major leap forward. But most importantly, what it's going to do is it's going to improve the restroom facilities, particularly for the moms and our sisters and things like that, and daughters, because that's what you hear about the most. And I know that Elizabeth Schreiner is going to put a big donation on one of the doors there and say, all the years I've been coming to Raider Valley, it's about time. But I mean, they're going to move to something like almost 8 to 12 stalls in the women's area and expand the men's facilities, and that's just a big deal if you've been around Raider Valley a long time. Deep pass by Haynes, downfield, Matt LaMontagne. Not quite.
Looked like they collided a little bit. Matt LaMontagne and the intended receiver there for Cherokee, Trey Butler, kind of collided during that route, and neither one of them able to come up with that football.
I talked with Matt this week, did his senior spotlight, Tim. We've always heard all the coaches say that Matt's the coach on the field. And I asked Matt the question that you and I always talk about, and I told his dad, I kind of got to it in a soft way, basically saying, Matt, you're short, you guard tall guys, and you do a great job. And, asking Matt a question, how do you guard that 6'5" guy from Alpharetta or whatever it may have been? Here's a long punt, terrific punt, taken at the 34-yard line by Tripp Robert. Tripp over the 50 down at the 49-yard line. Nice 16-yard return by Tripp. But, of course, Matt, in answering the questions about, okay, when you've got a 6'4" guy, how do you guard him? He broke it down into, well, this is what I do in a long pass. This is what I do in a short pass. And he knew everything about this is exactly how you have to do it. And he is such a meticulous, heady, smart, very athletic player. But he just knows exactly what to do on every play.
Yeah, and you talk about him being a coach on the field, which he is, but he is just and you mentioned his size, Kurt, he's just a good football player. Throw size out the window. He is a darn good football player.
Here's Kyle Vorster looking for more yardage. He's at the 30, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Walton Raiders. Kyle Vorster once again over the left side on a 49-yard scamper. And we said it earlier, Tim, 1 yard, 2 yard, 3 yards, 68, 49, touchdown.
If there is just a slit in that line of scrimmage, he will find it and he will turn it into an opening. And there he goes, right up the gut against Cherokee, and defenders flailing harmlessly at Vorster as he works his way down the field for another touchdown.
That was a lot of emotion shown there by Kyle, but great turnout block by the left tackle. Guard block down, huge seam over the left side, touchdown, and Nathan Dittmer's extra point is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 35-7 lead. And I know Coach Hidalgo would love to get some of his other players into this game, particularly on homecoming. It's just a great thing to do. Big celebration, when you have that kind of outcome.
And what you just mentioned, Kurt, is another reason why prior to halftime, when Walton was trying to get that football back, I think Coach Hidalgo is thinking exactly what you're thinking. Let's go ahead and get a good lead here, good comfortable margin, and let's get some of these younger guys some playing time.
Now, Tim, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Claire Batten was crowned as the homecoming queen. She's a leader in the Community Outreach Club and a member of the National Honor Society. All these girls were members of the National Honor Society, it seemed like, so wow. But after graduating from college, Claire wants to become a diplomat for impoverished countries. So Claire was named as the homecoming queen here at 2010 at Raider Valley, and big celebration here tonight. The dads and their daughters, they looked fantastic, and what a great moment that we celebrated here at Raider Valley.
Yep, congratulations to her, and you can tell she's got a good heart. She wants to go and help those less fortunate.
Well, I mean, when you hang around these kids, and you and I have a lot of exposure to them, and whether it's basketball or soccer, football, whatever it may be, at Walton, there's another kick deep into the end zone by Zach Miller. You just come away impressed by these kids, both in the classroom and on the field, and you're proud of them. I tell Judy McNeil all the time, I said, you've got great teachers and administrators, because I meet your kids every day working with them, and I just never cease to come away impressed. I mean, they're just awesome.
I agree 100%. The interaction I've had, just a great group of kids, and it starts at the top, the administration, the teachers, like you said, but the kids, outstanding group of young men and women here at Walton High School.
Well, one of the things when you run this offense and you're down by 4 touchdowns, it's sometimes hard to come back. And tackle there by Blaylock, by Darren Blaylock on the last play. Ball to 27-yard line brings up a 2nd down and 3. I'd like to thank Trevor Miller, our spotter, as always. It is really hard to see down that field sometimes, and Trevor keeps two guys like to talk a lot informed. Once again, here's the quarterback, Haynes, tackled by number 42, Justin Brooks. But that's a 1st down, and the Warriors pick up a quick 20 yards here against the Raiders, or a quick 19 yards.
Yep, and Zach Blaylock got in on that stop as well. He's had a really good night back there in the Walton secondary, defending the run. Hasn't had to defend the pass too much.
And Blaylock's both playing safety positions. Zach and Darren. There's a give right up the center to John Byers, the fullback. And John picks up 3-4 yards. Somebody on the tackle for Walton, and the Raiders taking this 4-touchdown lead, and you've got this offense. And you know, as a coach, Tim, it's difficult. You know, passing is not what you do well. You just try to get some things on the perimeter, break along 1 or 2, and hope to narrow the score. But the Raiders doing exactly what they needed to do. I think they've scored on every possession that they've had the ball. They've had 5 possessions, and they've got 5 touchdowns.
There's a completed pass, first completion of the night for Cherokee, Kurt. And Dylan Haynes, to me, has shown that he's got a pretty good arm, Kurt. I just don't think they practice it very much because they focus so much on that option offense.
Well, and when you've got your offensive line so focused on run blocking, you've got your center crabbing the nose guard a lot of the times and things of that sort, I mean, to drop back into pass protection is just very, very difficult. There's a quick pitch. That's Riley, number 7 on the, and that's a 1st down for the Warriors, tackled there by number 8, Darren Blaylock. I really wish they didn't wear 8 and 18.
That does make it a little harder.
It makes it a little harder up here. We have to put a word into to John and say, how about 4 and 18 or something like that. So it's a 1st down for the Warriors. Warriors on the march again. They picked up 31 yards here. Now you've got Haynes back to pass, completed to number 15. That's Trey Butler on the catch. And hey, this is the 1st-string defense they're moving the ball against here. And
well, they did it in the first half, Kurt.
And they seem to stall a lot of the times, Tim, kind of here between the 35 and the 45, which at the end of the day, those are close to 50, 60-yard drives. And this offense, you like to wear out the defense, but the big plays are also what sustains it. Here's a handoff up the middle to Byers, number 47. John running hard. He's going to be short at 1st down by about 2 yards. Tackled there by McMahon and Brooks for the Raiders. Linebackers once again making the tackle there on that dive play. Entering the game, Matt Rooks, number 62, coming in at the right defensive end. Shotgun formation by the Warriors. Here's the pitch to Riley. He gets around the corner. He's got the 1st down. He's at the 30. He's at the 25. The 20, the 15, and he is finally brought down at the 10-yard line by number 8, Darren Blaylock.
Yeah, and the beginning of that play looked like Darren Blaylock was being held, and the guy blocking him, number 1 for Cherokee, that's Chase Holmes, even looks back at the official. He just missed it in the picture there, but he looks back at the official after he lets go of the block just to see if there was a flag. So he knew he held.
Timeout taken by Walton. And Nick Riley, as you mentioned earlier, was having a pretty good night. And once again, another run there that gives Nick some nice yardage totals. And it'll be 1st down. And it's not 1st and goal. It looks like the Warriors can get a 1st down at about, the half-yard line or so.
And you talk about the rushing totals for Nick Riley. He's up to 92 yards rushing, Kurt, on just 12 carries, 7.7 yards per carry. And Dylan Haynes, he's getting close to that 100-yard mark as well. He's got 82 yards on 14 carries for 5.9 yards per carry. So they're picking up some yardage. Walton has done a good job just keeping them off the scoreboard tonight. But I think at the end of the night, the yardage totals are going to be pretty close between these two teams.
Now, it was Cherokee that upset us in the first round of the playoffs that one year, wasn't it, Tim, with the Kelly brothers?
I'm going to say it was
2003?
04 maybe? Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, because 04 was the semifinal year.
Right, that's right. That was
maybe it was 03.
Yeah, 04 was the freshman year for the guys that were on that 07 team and lost to Parkview.
I wonder if it was after the Kelly brothers, after the 04 season.
I don't know. I mean, we were ranked number one, and number one in our region, and there's a gain of about 3 by Haynes, the quarterback again. But I can remember going one time to Cherokee right after we moved back to Atlanta. We were living overseas and went to a Walton football game up there. Poured rain, and they're out there running this offense like they always have. And they just kind of hung on to one of those sloppy games and won something like 17-12. And they are a team that can just be a real nuisance. And they were a quarterfinalist in 2007. Here's a handoff straight up the middle, down to the 5-yard line. Here comes a flag from way at the back of the end zone.
Yeah. That guy must have really good eyesight, because I don't know how he was able to see in there and throw a flag from that far back. But
on a dive play.
Yeah, we'll see what the call is here.
But as we were saying, that 2007, these guys are a quarterfinal team. The face mask. Something must have twisted in the pile.
Now that is a penalty that you can see from a long ways away. We just didn't see it from up here, but
that should be an automatic first down, shouldn't it? Or is it?
Yeah, they just maybe haven't clicked the down marker yet, but you're right, that should be. If it was a face mask, I didn't see the
exactly. Well, they've got it marked at second down at the 2, but don't forget they can get a first down inside the 1. So it's not second and goal. It's second and 2. And here's a handoff up over the right side, carried by number 4, Andrew Blaylock. And there we go. There's a Blaylock with number 4. That's what I was asking for.
There we go.
And Andrew gets nothing, so it brings up third down. Third down and 2 at the 2, but it's not a goal-to-go situation. The old power I formation. 2 guys in 4-point stances. Here's Riley. He has also picked up a host of Raiders once again. That defensive line. Jim Hogue getting pushed almost out of bounds on that play, but Brooks and Cody Allen, on that. And so that brings up fourth down, kind of a long 1, short 2. Hey, all night, you let Mr. Haynes just take it around the corner, and he seems to find his little way to pick it through.
He's been finding running room all night long, him and Riley.
Haynes at 85 yards rushing right now, and he'd like to make that 87. 2 tight ends, full house backfield. He boots out to the left side. He's going to score. All right, that was the long way for Dylan Haynes, but he scores for the Cherokee touchdown. And that makes it 35-13 as the Warriors drive once again 80 yards. That was a very deep bootleg by Dylan, but he managed to outrace everybody to the cone.
It's Darren Blaylock that forces him back out beyond the 10-yard line, but he had a good angle on the Walton defenders and was able to get to the corner of the end zone. But
he showed some real speed there, didn't he?
He sure did.
And that extra point is up and good. So the score moves to 35-14 with 4:51 left here in the third quarter. You're watching Walton Raider football live on Raider Vision 2010 Homecoming.
Passed from one generation to the next.
Where meals are shared every night, and where songs are sung so off-key it makes the coyotes cry. This is the West that we know. This is Longhorn, where you can enjoy our juicy outlaw ribeye, fire-grilled to savory perfection. Or try our legendary Flo's filet with signature seasonings. Always fresh, always tender. Longhorn Steakhouse. Discover the West in you. This is a place where...
Welcome back to Raider Valley, fans, where the Cherokee Warriors have just gone 80 yards to cut the Raider lead to 35-14. The Raiders have scored on each one of their drives. And we have a score from the ALCS. The Texas Rangers leading the New York Yankees 3-0 in the top of the fourth. Speaking for myself, it wouldn't hurt my feelings to see the Yankees not make the World Series. Here's a high kick. Guys, you got a fair catch, and that ball is a live ball. And it is recovered by the Raiders, just like you said, Tim, on the first kick. You know, sometimes you kick it to that up back, and they have no idea what to do.
Now that time, it's Tim Dalton again, and this time I think Tim Dalton thought someone behind him was going to come up and make the catch, and he was trying to make a block. And the coach is talking to him a little bit down there on the sideline, but Tim Dalton made such a heads-up play on that first kickoff that was like that, and then that time, I think he thought someone behind him was going to come up and make the grab.
Yeah, on a kickoff, folks, just remember, as soon as that ball hits the ground, it is a live ball. It doesn't have to be touched by the return team.
And it doesn't have to look like a traditional onside kick either. It can, they can pitch it up in the air, and that's the same thing as an onside kick.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10, ball at their own 32-yard line. We've already got one 68-yard run by Kyle. And Kyle bounces this one to the 35. He gets up to the 36-yard line, picks up 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Raiders. And, Tim, I don't know if we have a number on Kyle yet.
Yeah, we got him prior to that run, 11 carries for 151 yards and 3 touchdowns. So he broke off the 2 long touchdown runs and really jacked that total up.
68 and 49, I think, were the two runs he's had. And what were Bradley's stats at the half? I mean, he's been efficient. He and Trip Roberts.
5 of 7 for 110 for Kilborn, and Trip Roberts 4 of those catches for 100 yards.
Yeah, there you go. Coach Allen would call that balanced. Here's Rodney Gazebue with a nice run. Continues to bounce it outside, and he's going to be run out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and he will pick up a 1st down for Walton. You know, Rodney always just seems to get those 8, 9, 10 yards you need when he does that little quick pitch. And Rodney, once again, converting a 2nd down into a 1st down for Walton. And the Raiders have it 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Raiders have not been stopped tonight by the Warriors. Scored on all 5 of their possessions. Here with possession number 6 and driving once again. Hand off over the left side to Forster. He breaks it to the 50. He's at the 45-yard line. He might be just short of a 1st down. There's a Raider down on the field. I think Kyle ran somebody over.
Getting up slowly is Harrison Davis. He's a big boy. Come on,
one of our big guys.
We need you. Take it off.
And Harrison was just at that. He was kind of bulldozing a pile, and that's kind of the pile that Kyle ended up in. So 2nd down and inches, according to Kirk Gadabush, our PA announcer. Kyle goes over the right side. He's at the 40, picking his way to the 30, and finally tackled at the 27-yard line. Tackled by number 5, Quinn Watts for the Warriors. So it looks like Kyle having another very efficient night.
Yeah, his numbers are going to look really, really good at the end of this game, Kurt, but I have a feeling this might be the last drive that we see him out there because Walton punches it in here. They got a 4-touchdown lead going into the 4th quarter. I'm not sure we'll see much more of him after that.
Here's Forster over the left side, bounces it outside to the 25, and he's brought down after a gain of 2. Nice defensive play by number 10. That's Seth Brown. Seth, a sophomore defensive back, also one of the return men. I like to look at this Cherokee team. I think it's a kind of a young team, Tim, but you see a lot of things that you can build on. I mean, obviously the quarterback, Dylan Haynes, is a senior. Having that senior quarterback is always important when you have this option offense. But yeah, they move the ball well. They're just a little bit outmanned, I think, right now. Here's the counter to Forster. He picks up another 2 yards, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. And thus far in this game, that has meant Bradley Kilborn to Trip Roberts. And Andrew Blaylock, number 4 for Cherokee, on the tackle for the Warriors. And we're at 2:13 here of the third quarter. Raiders facing a 3rd down and 6, ball at their own 23-yard line. And we're going to hand it off straight ahead to Kyle, and he will gain nothing. Don't like the way he kind of twisted and landed over that pile. That always makes you a little concerned. But
this will get the kicking unit a little workout here.
Are they going to kick it or are they going to go for it?
I see Matt LaMontagne buckling up, so he's the holder.
All right, we're going to kick it. It's going to be Zach Miller to attempt this kick. This is going to be close to 40 yards. We're going to put the tee down at the 42-yard line. Jack with a couple of really nice kicks the other night against Lassiter. 41 yards officially by Mr. Gadabush, as he calls it. Snaps a little high. Kick is on its way. It's a knuckleball. And that is good.
You know, the snap was a little high. Great job by Matt LaMontagne, Kurt, to reach up and grab it and get the ball down. And good job by Zach, Kurt. I think he maybe had to hold up just a little bit to let Matt get that ball down. So good teamwork by those two guys. And wasn't the prettiest kick, but it had the distance and gets 3 more points on the board for the Raiders.
41-yard kick by Zach Miller results in 3 more points for the Raiders as they go up now 38-14. High fives by Dad all over the press box in here. You know, it's a kicker night, man. We've got ex-kickers, all the kickers around here. But I mean, you heard Adam say it. He said, "Hey, my best memories are here."
Yep.
And you know, he's had some great moments in college, and but you know, we all remember high school football. I mean, we all remember those memories.
Absolutely.
I can still probably tell you plays from high school. I mean, you can still, you know.
Me and my old teammates do it all the time. Talk about specific plays, specific games. And
yep. My mom will come in and goes, "You guys are telling war stories again." I'm like, yeah, we are, Mom. Zach Miller to kick off and see if his leg is tired. Oh yeah, he's exhausted. The guy caught it at the 1-foot-yard line. That's number 10. That's number 10, Seth Brown, and tackled by number 8. Aaron Blaylock, that's right.
And he did a good job to fight off the blocker there to make that tackle. So good job by Darren.
So the Warriors, once again, average starting position for the Cherokee Warriors tonight is probably the 20-yard line, maybe the 19 3/4 yard line, but there's Dylan Haynes, number 6 for the Warriors. Once again, having in the ball's on the ground. It's fumbled, and it's recovered by Haynes. Don't jump on him, guys. Just touch him down. There you go. He loses 6 yards on that play. Brings up a 2nd down and 16. Dietrich Sunby, the first one there to touch him down.
We missed that play in Raider Division because we're giving some love to the tuba section of the Walton band.
There's Adam.
And Walton basketball coach Joe Boydis getting on camera.
Tim and I will have to change our microphone voices here soon. Get ready for basketball season. I saw that Georgia Tech started practice today. Glenn Rice featuring in that, a former Walton Raider.
Yeah. Had a really good season last year as a freshman, so look for big things from Glenn Rice Jr. at Georgia Tech.
They're a little smaller. It sounded like, reading the article in today's paper, it sounded like they're going to do a lot of running during preseason to get in shape. That's always a good feeling if you're a player.
Guard play will be key for Georgia Tech basketball this coming season. Lost their entire front line.
Well, that's the end of the third quarter, folks, and the Walton Raiders lead 38-14 over the Cherokee Warriors. We'll be back after these words for our sponsors. You're watching the 2010 homecoming game live on Raider Vision.
At Gas South, comfort is helping you feel at home. Whether you're setting up service for a new home or just looking for a better rate plan to keep a few more bucks in your pocket. And Gas South is committed to delivering outstanding customer service that not only builds your trust, but by being a part of the neighborhood, builds the community as well, which makes life a little more comfortable for everyone. Sign up at gassouth.com today and see how we are committed to your comfort.
Welcome back to Walton Raider football, as the Raiders have a healthy 38-14 lead here at the 2010 homecoming game. It's 3rd down and 12 for the Cherokee Warriors with the ball on the 17-yard line, and you're watching the fans do the banana cheer. They love doing that one during basketball and football season. Tim, you've got some scores for us.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get this play in, and I'll give you some other scores from around the state.
3rd down and 12. Haynes drops straight back to pass. He's going to get hit by Cody Allen, and the ball is knocked down by Matt LaMontagne. And he could probably tell us in exact detail how he read that play.
Yeah, good job by Matt.
Terrific job.
And that will force Cherokee to have to punt the ball back to this Walton offense, and we'll see who comes out in the backfield for the Raiders with this big 24-point lead now in the 4th quarter.
Richardson and Roberts deep for the Raiders, standing on their own 48-yard line, awaiting the punt. Spread punt formation for Cherokee. Well, it puts a lot of pressure on that snapper. Good snap. Good rush. Punts away. Short punt. Had to short leg that. And Trip Roberts makes a very nice catch. Ball's down at the 35-yard line. And looking at the offense, it looks like we're going to have some substitutions out there. And it looks like the quarterback is going to be number 12, Parker McLeod, El Presidente's son. Offensive line looks like it remains intact, but Jim Hogue is in at running back, as well as number 44, Kelly Brooks. Kelly's been playing a lot of defense today.
He's a good football player. He can do it on both sides of the ball. Does a good job wherever you put him.
Well, Hogue and Kelly, both juniors. Hogue with a big run. He's over the 25. He's at the 20, and he is brought down at the 14-yard line as he picks up 21 yards on his first carry of the second half.
There's a tackle by Andrew Blaylock. We've been calling that name for both teams a lot tonight, the Blaylock name. And Andrew makes a touchdown-saving tackle on this run by Jim Hogue. Dragged him down from behind, finally rode him down at about the 14-yard line.
Well, this is going to probably be your backfield next year. McLeod at quarterback. Brooks as your running back, and he runs.
That's a good tackle by Quincy
Heck
Maldry.
of a tackle.
That is no easy guy to bring down, and that was a good job by Quincy Maldry. You're going to see the replay right here, right up the gut. Kelly Brooks gets hit. And,
he got low, and he wrapped him up.
Good job of wrapping up. William Burns knows all about wrapping up. We practice that at home all the time.
I can still hear one of my coaches yell, wrap up in my sleep. When he didn't have anything else to yell at, he just yelled wrap up. All right, Hogue in the backfield. Parker McLeod, your quarterback. Hand off to Hogue over the right side. He's got some running room, and he is going to push. He gets the first down, and he is knocked out of bounds at the 3-yard line, and it's going to bring up first down and goal for Walton at the 3, as Jim Hogue picks up 7 or 8 yards and results in a Walton first down going over the right side of the line. Nice block there by John Ficarota to seal off the end. And Seth Brown, number 10, another name we've called a lot. Sophomore defensive back from Cherokee, makes the tackle and pushes Jim out of bounds. Sam Gatterbush coming into the game, bringing the play into Parker McLeod.
Hey, Kurt, I'm sorry, I just want to give you one score in particular real quick. Right now, Etowah and Marietta in the 3rd quarter tied at 21.
That would be a huge loss for the Raiders. And there's Jim Hogue right up the middle, and he gets a touchdown for Walton, and it makes it 44-14 Walton Raiders, as that unit of Hogue, Brooks, and McLeod takes the Raiders downfield pretty quickly. 35 yards for another touchdown on that drive. Nathan Dittmer to attempt the extra point. Oh, look who's holding here. I think that's Nakai Poole is holding right now instead of Matt LaMontagne. And that extra point is up and good, and the Walton Raiders take a 44-14 lead with 10:13 left to go here in the ball game, and Walton is having a big night here at 2010 homecoming. 45-14 now.
Yeah, Kurt, that was an impressive drive. They had a lot of substitutes out there, a lot of backup players. Some of the starting offensive linemen, but for the most part, a lot of backups out there, and a very impressive drive. They didn't have far to go now after the fair catch at the 35-yard line by Trip Roberts on the Cherokee punt, but still, very impressive march down the field by the backups out there for Walton. Talking about some of these scores from around the state, Kurt, that would be a huge upset if Marietta is able to hang on and somehow win that game against Etowah. And we get to go to Northcutt Stadium, I don't know when it is, a couple weeks, I guess, from now. And not the easiest place to play in the world. And Etowah finding that out firsthand tonight. They come into that game tonight 6-1 on the season and looked very impressive right here at Raider Valley a few weeks back. And, boy, I tell you, Marietta giving them all they can handle right now, 21-21, that one in the third quarter. And Milton leading Northview. This is a halftime score, 17-13 in that one. Roswell in the second quarter on top of Alpharetta, 7-0 as we get the kickoff here.
You know, Zach Miller's having a heck of a night kicking the football tonight. He has forced Cherokee to basically start all of their drives from the 20-yard line. He's got the nice 41-yard field goal. The Raiders leading 45-14 with a 31-point lead here with 10:13 to go in the fourth quarter.
Kurt, I don't know if the casual fan really realizes how valuable that is to have a special teams unit and a kicking unit, you know, as strong as Walton has with Zach Miller back there kicking that football. But you force them to drive the football 80 yards every single time when you can do that. Take away the return game.
Now in a quarterback.
Mason Kite,
yeah,
new quarterback for Cherokee.
Sophomore. Mason is a sophomore. So Dylan Haynes, who had a very productive evening, just finds himself on the wrong side of the ledger in terms of the score. But
yeah, you're right, Kurt. He really did have a good game and nothing to hang his head about. 17 carries for 82 yards. For Dylan Haynes running this offense for Cherokee. Good job by him.
And a touchdown. He had the last touchdown, the bootleg play.
Yep.
So it's 2nd down and 10 for the Warriors. Ball at the 20-yard line. Here's a pitch outside. Here comes Darren Blaylock.
One-handed tackle.
One-handed tackle, and then you've got Jim Hogue that just lands on you and rolls over you just to finish you off. And it brings up a 3rd down and 10 for the Warriors.
We're going to get this replay here, Kurt. You see Darren Blaylock reach out with his right hand and make this tackle with one hand.
So, Tim, let's talk a little bit about what we have ahead of us now, because it looks like the Raiders are going to leave Raider Valley tonight with the victory. They go to Wheeler next weekend, and you don't want to underestimate people, but you would have to think that would result in a Raider victory. Wheeler with one win on the season. Here's another carry up the middle by the Warriors, and it brings up a 4th down and 7. But then you've got two very interesting games. We go to Marietta, play there at the stadium in downtown Marietta. Right now, as we saw, Marietta play at Etowah, a very tight game. And then we've got Woodstock that comes in here for the final game of the season, which, by the way, you need to do play-by-play and all those types of things because I'm out of town that night. But you know, you would think that the Raiders are well positioned for the playoffs if they can probably win 2 out of the last 3. But I know that Coach Hidalgo, particularly if you get a loss here by somebody, would like to finish off 3-0.
Oh, absolutely, you want to win them all. But
oh, that's a penalty. Okay, so you call fair catch and the guy runs into you, and you...
They may be saying that he got pushed into him by his own player or something. I don't know, but you're right, Kurt. No flag on that.
Well, they're going to spot the ball at the 49, which is even more interesting to me because it bounced and rolled down to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll get
here we go. Well, they did say he was blocked into him. Oh, it must have hit one of the Cherokee guys.
Maybe so, okay.
Yeah, it must have hit one of the Cherokee guys on his back.
Or at least that's their story, and they're going to stick to it.
Exactly. There's no replay, so we don't care. Okay, wholesale substitutions on the offensive line now for Walton. And at running back right now, you have number 43, Alex Katongale. Parker McLeod, your quarterback. So the Raiders now playing their substitutes with 8:03 left here in the fourth quarter. The Raiders up by 31 points. Alex over the 50. Nice run, Alex. He's up to the 45 and down at the 44. And Alex picks up 7 yards for Walton and brings up a second down and 3. Nice to see Alex in there getting some carries.
He's another guy, Kurt. Doesn't get a lot of carries, but when he does, he really, really does a good job of taking advantage of his opportunities.
Very fast. Hard runner. Miles Howard, number 5, now in the game, bringing the play in for the Raiders. Also in the game, number 89 for Walton, Zach Sullivan. And I'll try to get some of those offensive linemen here in a minute. Parker McLeod back to pass. Fires one over the middle and caught by Sullivan. Terrific catch there.
Yeah, that was a really nice pitch and catch, Kurt. And Parker McLeod looked like he stumbled a little bit on his drop back, but was able to get his feet set and fired a nice rocket in there to number 89. Who's that? Zach Sullivan on the catch.
Yeah.
Great job by Zach. He was well covered.
Number 50, Hayden Karp in the game right now at offensive line. Jake Boynton in the game for the Raiders. Had a chance to talk to Hayden this week. Had a great conversation there for his senior spotlight. Here's a handoff to Alex, and he is hit immediately. Also in the game, number 55, Joe Cook for the Raiders. And there is a flag on the play.
And while we have the officials sort this out, Kurt, go ahead and give you updates on some of these scores. Etowah has gone ahead and taken a lead on Marietta. That is 28-21, still listed as a third quarter score in that one. Etowah by 7 right now. Roswell leading Alpharetta by 10, 24-14. That one also listed as a third quarter score. And a big matchup in Gwinnett County, a big matchup with playoff implications right now between Collins Hill and Mill Creek. Collins Hill with a slight 14-13 lead on Mill Creek.
And didn't Collins Hill beat Peachtree Ridge last week? I think they did. Somebody beat the Ridge here recently. What's North Gwinnett doing? Who are they killing this week?
North Gwinnett is beating up Mountain View, one of the new schools out there in Gwinnett County. That one is 42-3.
There's another flag. The Raiders were flagged for illegal motion in the last play, and I suspect they're going to get something else. And another illegal motion, so going backwards. Ben Burley is in the game, number 72 for the Raiders. Ben playing center right now.
And Kurt, also our neighbors right down the street, Lassiter, they've had kind of an up and down season. They are a very young team, so look out for them in the next 2 to 3 years. But Lassiter beating up on Wheeler right now, 31-0. That one in the fourth quarter.
Okay, so the Raiders have first down and a really long way to go. And we hand off up the middle, pick up about 3 yards. So I'm going to say we've got second down and 18 to go here. We've got to get the ball back to the 27-yard line, and we right now have the ball at the 45. So 2 consecutive motion penalties. Actually, the ball's at the 46, so it'll be 19. Second down and 19 to go. Ball at the 46-yard line. Let's see Parker drop back and throw the ball again. He's, the coaches have been raving about the strength of his arm, Tim, and we saw a nice little pitch and catch there, as you mentioned, to Zach Sullivan. Parker just needs some playing time. Needs that game to slow down for him, as it has for Bradley Kilborn. Here's Alex Katongole going over the right side, and Alex will pick up 2 yards. It'll bring up a third down and 17. Ball at the 44-yard line. Alex picks up 2 tough yards. Clock ticking with 5:29 left here at homecoming here at Raider Valley. Raiders travel to Wheeler Friday night, the 22nd, then travel to Marietta the 29th, before coming back here the 5th of November to play Woodstock at home. Key playoff implications for all of the Raiders games going down the stretch here. Third down, 17 yards to go. Ball at the 44-yard line. Raiders up handily. Pass is going to be intercepted. That's going to be run back for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah.
And it was not.
Good job by Zach Sullivan to not give up on that play and chase the Cherokee runner all the way down the field. Now, the guy for Cherokee who's at 35, that's Darryl Holiday on the interception, Kurt. It seemed like he did himself a disservice by looking back as much as he did on that run. And you look at Parker McLeod, he needed to either get rid of that ball a little bit sooner or just go ahead and eat that one. But, Parker's a young player, and he's going to learn a lot over the next couple of years, and we look forward to seeing him once he gets a chance to be a full-time starter.
Yeah, that was number 39, Tally Redmond.
Oh, well,
return.
okay.
Yeah. But it brings up a first and goal. The ball at the 3-yard line for the Warriors. Quarterback sneak right up the middle, and that is going to be a touchdown for the Cherokee Warriors. Number 18, Mason Kite. And it makes the score 45-20. Straight ahead. You know, it's kind of a quarterback dive play. I mean, it's not, I guess you could call it a sneak, but it's just really more than that. And the Warriors convert after the turnover on the interception. McLeod hit as he was throwing the ball, really never had a chance to get that ball downfield at all, and the result was the interception. The extra point is up, and it is good. And with 4:41 left here to go in the fourth quarter, the Walton Raiders still maintain a healthy lead, 45-21 over the Cherokee Warriors. Let's take a timeout to hear from our sponsors.
Cherokee Warriors, Walton.
Raider fans, where the Walton Raiders hold a healthy 45-21 lead here with 4:41 left to go in the fourth quarter. Michael Albinger deep to receive for the Raiders. Here's another short kick, fair catch called, and that ball is going to be recovered, I bet, by the Warriors. Raiders not handling that well.
Now they get this big lead, Kurt, and they really need to carry it on through to the end. Follow through all the way to the end of the game, and it seems like they're losing a little bit of focus here.
Well, the thing that's gets frustrating for a coach is that they've seen that play a couple of times now, and I mean, at the end of the day, it's like a baseball play, Tim. You call it and you catch it. You can fair catch it, but
Walton's saying they have the football, but I think the officials just over on the far sideline said this is Cherokee football, and it is.
Yeah, it is Cherokee football. It's going to be first down and 10, the ball at the 25-yard line for Cherokee.
This is going to end up in the win column, Kurt, for Walton, but this is not going to be a very happy ending for the Walton coaching staff, watching this team lose focus the way they have down the stretch here.
The ball's in the 25-yard line. A first and 10. It'll go down as an onside kick. Now we've got coaches wanting explanations.
All right, well, we're getting that figured out, Kurt. I'm going to give you some more scores. We got some really, really good matchups tonight in Gwinnett County. Mentioned the Mill Creek Collins Hill game earlier. That one is now 28-21. Collins Hill on top in the fourth quarter. But look at this one. Peachtree Ridge and Norcross, 7-7 in the fourth quarter. Both of those teams coming in at 5-1 on the season. And there was another one down here, or a couple more actually. South Gwinnett right now leading Decula. That one is 21-14. And Grayson with a 5-point lead on Parkview, 18-13. And then just one more. Our week one opponent in the Georgia Dome, Brookwood. And after that game, Kurt said, watch out. This team is going to really end up being a good team by the end of the season. Brookwood right now looking to go 6-1 with a big win over Shiloh. They lead it 44-0 in the fourth quarter.
Well, when you really step away right now in the state, Tim, and you get back from Lowndes and Camden County, the power base of high school football again rests in Gwinnett County in 2010. Cobb County, Kell's doing well at 4A, but at the 5A level, there's no one that's really, knocking your socks off. And you've got Brookwood. North Gwinnett is a beast. I mean,
they really are.
They are a beast. You got the Ridge, you got Norcross. There's a lot of good football being played right now. There's a pass play, and it's completed down to the 10-yard line.
going to be a Cherokee first down. Should be first and goal just inside the 10 at about the 8 or 9 yard line.
Willie Cyrus on the catch there for the Warriors. Nice pitch and catch there by Cherokee. Kite the quarterback, and that ball is going to be marked down at the 7 yard line. So it's first and goal. Mark it down at the 8. Boy. Okay. And we've got some of our first string defense actually back in there now, Tim.
Yeah, well, desperate times call for desperate measures. And
as you said, it's going to probably get out in the win column, but you know that another onside kick is coming. Here's a keeper by Kite. He cuts it up inside. He's at the 5, and he is hit immediately as he crosses the 5 yard line. He's tackled there by Zach Blaylock, excuse me.
And you say another onside kick is coming, and I think you're right. You know, Cherokee obviously has to get the ball in the end zone first, Kurt. But if I'm them, I go with the pooch. I don't do the traditional onside kick because they've had so much success with that tonight. And Walton's just done a terrible job, you know, fielding that kick.
Yeah, the thing you think about is do that kick to the other side since they haven't done that yet. Because they've kicked that ball to their left, the Walton right side of their formation on that kick return team. Ball's at the 6 yard line, second down and goal at the 6. Cherokee threatening again. Here's a fake handoff and pass low. And that ball was intended for number 48 from Cherokee, Daniel Butler. Thrown at Daniel's feet. Daniel unable to pick it up, but brings up third down and goal. This is clearly 2 down territory, down 45-21.
I'm talking about the pooch kicks by Cherokee. Walton executed it to perfection on the first kick of the night.
They did.
Tim Dalton did a great job fielding that one, but since then it has been not good fielding that pooch kick.
The Warriors penalized for a false start. That brings it up back out to the 11 yard line. Third down and goal. Is it second or third down? He's okay, second down and goal. All right, second and goal at the 11, so a little bit of confusion again. Quick pass out to the fullback. That's Daniel Butler again. He is tackled immediately by Darren Blaylock at the 10 yard line, so we bring up third down and goal at the 10.
Darren Blaylock, a nice tackle.
2:46 left here in the ball game. Raiders had that well covered. You could see Matt LaMontagne had the crossing wide receiver in the end zone covered well. We have a Ware County score from Coach Dudley.
Yeah. Good call. Let me scroll down and see what I can get here.
Lowndes only beating Colquitt County by 10. 23-13. There's a pitch and met immediately at the 9 yard line. Nathan McDowell, number 16, tackled by Brad Noble, number 99.
Ware visiting Liberty County. That's former Walton head coach Ed Dudley down there at Ware County now. They come into this game tonight 4-2 on the season, but our scoreboard here does not have that score updated at all. It's still got 0-0. So.
Yeah, Coach Dudley looks like he's making some pretty good progress down there at Ware County. Last year they did make the playoffs, but kind of a somewhat indifferent year. But this year they're 4-2, and their losses I think are only to 5A teams.
Well, he's going to have success just anywhere he goes. He had a tremendous run here at Walton, and he's left it in good hands with Coach Hidalgo and his staff.
Fourth down and goal at the 9 yard line. Here's a pass, and it's going to be incomplete. And the Raiders survive that turnover.
Well, the good news is the Raiders don't have to field a pooch kick. Just take over on downs here.
Well, they brought the first string defense back in, and Cherokee's obviously playing some of your younger players. So that differential came out on the positive end for the Raiders. And there's 1:27 left here in homecoming 2010. We appreciate you tuning in tonight to watch Walton Raider football on Raider Vision. Trevor Miller, our spotter. William Burns, our expert at large. Always providing advice to us here in the box. And Tim Burns, our color analyst and Walton legend. Hand off to Alex Katongale, and Alex will take the ball up to the 14 yard. The Raiders are going to move to 4-3, Tim, and 2-1 in the region. They go to Wheeler next week, a place where Walton has had a lot of success recently, and against the Wheeler Wildcats. And you really got to think that the season's going to come down to the last 2 weeks at Marietta and then home against Woodstock.
Yeah. Wheeler dropped another one tonight, 31-0 the final there, getting shut out by Lassiter. So the Wildcats dropped to 1-7 on the season.
That's Michael Albinger on the carry, number 34. He gets a first down.
And you know, a young player getting some playing time. Michael Albinger, well, a senior, I'm sorry, but great job by Michael. You know, hasn't gotten a lot of playing time tonight, but Kurt staying in bounds, keeping the clock rolling on that play. Good job by Michael.
40 seconds left here to go. Raiders with a 45-21 lead over the Cherokee Warriors. Raiders are going to leave 2010 homecoming victorious, and there's a false start by the Raiders.
Cherokee's got a player with somehow more hair than Troy Polamalu, Anthony Allen of Georgia Tech combined. It's number 28 for Cherokee. I don't know how he fits his helmet on. Aaron Whitmore.
This should be the last play of the game with 16 seconds left to go. Parker McLeod, your quarterback. He turns and he hands off straight ahead.
Jarrett Byers that time on carry.
Jarrett, number 31, carries the last play of the game here at Homecoming 2010. Well, folks, the Walton Raiders moved to 4-3 on the season with a 2-1 record in region play. They travel to Wheeler next week to play at the Wheeler Wildcats at 7:30 p.m. This has been Walton Raider football. I'm Kurt Schreiner saying goodbye for Tim Burns and Trevor Miller. You've been watching Raider football live on Raider Vision. Final score, Walton 45, Cherokee Raiders 21. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks when Woodstock comes to Raider Valley.